Welcome back to the deep dive. You know, we usually get some pretty normal sources, articles, research papers, that sort of thing. But today, we've got something a little different.
Yeah, a little outside the box.
We're taking a look at this YouTube video.
It's called Kraven the Hunter Full Movie. Kraven the Hunter Full Movie. Sony Pictures Full Movie HD.
Catchy title.
It is.
And took like every Spider-Man character
Oh, yeah.
and just threw them in a randomizer.
Put them all in.
And then just said, go.
Turned it up to 11.
We've got Kraven the Hunter, of course.
Of course.
He's got a whole team of villains.
Oh, yeah.
Scorpion, Black Cat, Tombstone.
Even the lizard.
To just make Spider-Man's life a living hell.
And Kraven opens with a very dramatic, the great hunt begins.
Oh,
So right away, we know he's on a mission.
it's more than just a hunt, though, right?
Right.
He's not just going after a kill.
It's not a simple,
Right.
one and done kind of thing.
I mean, the team that he's assembled,
Yes.
it's a motley crew, to say the least.
Yeah, it is a bit of a strange mix.
You've got, like, Black Cat, who sometimes she's a villain, sometimes an anti-hero.
Right, kind of walks that line.
And then you've got just, like, straight-up muscle.
Like Tombstone.
Tombstone, yeah.
Pure strength.
Why do you think Kraven picked this group for his hunt?
It really makes you think, doesn't it?
It does.
Because Kraven is known for challenging himself, right?
Yeah.
Pushing his limits as a hunter.
It's always a challenge.
It is.
With Kraven.
He wants to be the best.
Right.
And maybe he's trying to prove something here.
Oh.
Not just to the world, but to himself.
To himself?
By bringing together all these different villains with different powers.
Right.
Different personalities.
Very different personality.
Yeah, it's almost like he's constructing this big, huge test
Oh.
for Spider-Man.
Test of Spider-Man.
Not just physical strength.
Right.
Strategy, adaptability, resilience.
Okay, but Spider-Man's not just,
Right.
sitting around twiddling his thumbs.
Yeah, he's not passive.
He's out there doing his thing.
Right away, we see him facing all kinds of problems.
Oh, yeah, right off the bat.
There's that sinking ship,
With civilians
and Scorpion is attacking.
on the attack.
And then at the same time, there's this subplot with this organization buying property all over the city.
Oh, yeah, it's very mysterious.
Yeah, very hush-hush.
Do you think all this is connected to Kraven?
I think it's very likely.
Really?
Yeah, throughout this whole first act, you get the sense that Kraven is pulling the strings behind the scenes.
Oh, so he's the puppet master?
Yeah, he's watching Spider-Man,
Uh-huh.
studying him,
Like he's setting up a trap.
almost like a chess player,
Yeah.
making his moves.
Carefully.
Yeah, very strategically.
Okay, so we've got Kraven doing his thing.
Yes.
Spider-Man facing all these problems.
Uh-huh.
But then we have Miles Morales,
The other Spider-Man.
the other Spider-Man, and there's this weird thing happening with him.
There is.
This like electric blue energy
Right.
starts showing up around him.
Especially when he's worried about his dad.
Oh, yeah, because his dad's trapped on that sinking ship.
Right.
It's interesting
It is curious.
because Miles's powers, they're still developing at this point.
It's not totally clear in the transcript,
Right.
but it's hard not to think about Electro.
Yeah.
If this energy is somehow connected to Electro,
Yeah.
well, then that suggests Miles is going to get wrapped up in Kraven's game.
In ways that we don't even know yet.
Potentially.
Oh, man.
It's hard to say at this point.
So we've got Kraven with his plan, Spider-Man facing all these threats, Miles potentially getting even more powerful.
Right.
And then
Oh, yeah.
the story throws us a curveball.
A big one.
Harry Osborn,
Harry gets an upgrade.
a big upgrade.
It's very dramatic.
Yeah, we see him getting this experimental treatment from,
Dr. Connors?
see Dr. Connors.
The one who becomes the lizard.
Oh, boy.
This treatment gives Harry all these powers.
Powers like Spider-Man.
Yeah, it describes it as a self-learning exosuit.
Wow.
Gives him strength, agility, all that.
So now it's like
Well, yeah.
just a whole new level.
It really shakes things up.
Peter and Harry, they've always had this complicated relationship.
Right.
They're best friends, but they're also rivals.
Especially when it comes to their dads.
Yeah, and their places in the world.
Exactly.
So now Harry can actually keep up with Spider-Man.
It adds this whole other layer to the story.
For sure.
And we see Harry's initial reaction to these new powers is kind of a mix of fear and excitement.
Yeah.
It's clear he doesn't know what to do with them.
Well, and don't forget about all that tension between Peter and Harry.
Right.
Harry feels like Peter's always ignoring him,
Always off being Spider-Man.
saving everyone else.
Yeah.
There's even that scene where they have that little competition
Oh, right.
showing off their skills.
It's like a friendly rivalry kind of thing.
Yeah, but it's like what they say.
Oh, look at that.
All fun and games until someone gets hurt.
Very true.
So is Harry going to use his powers for good, like Peter?
Right.
Or is this going to create this huge rivalry?
Could drive them apart.
Could.
And what happens when Harry finds out that Peter is Spider-Man?
Oh, that's going to be interesting.
Lots of questions.
And then just when you think things can't get any crazier,
Right.
bam,
Another twist.
the lizard escapes.
Full-blown rampage.
It's crazy.
The lizard is just a force of nature.
Yeah, just pure instinct and rage.
Spider-Man's trying to contain the situation, protect everyone.
Keep the lizard from destroying everything.
And right in the middle of all this, we see Kraven and his team closing in.
Oh, wow.
It's like things are boiling over.
And then someone just throws more ingredients in.
Yeah, exactly.
So what is Kraven doing?
Yeah, what's his angle?
Is he trying to capture the lizard?
Maybe
Use the chaos to his advantage?
it's possible?
Or is there something even worse going on?
That's a great question.
Well, that's where we get a glimpse of Kraven's true motivation.
Oh, yeah.
And it's pretty messed up.
Let's just say it's not what you'd expect.
I bet it's not.
But we'll have to dive into that a little later.
Yeah, I think we need a little break.
I think so.
We'll be right back to figure out what's going on with this web of mystery and mayhem.
We'll be back in a flash. Welcome back to the deep dive. We left off with a bit of a cliffhanger.
Yeah, things were getting intense.
Kraven's true motivations were about to be revealed.
Butthole lizard rampage.
It was something else.
Makes you wonder how Spider-Man can handle all this.
It's a lot for anyone to deal with.
So what's Kraven's deal? You said he had something even more sinister planned.
Well, things take a dark turn when Kraven captures Miles Morales.
Oh, no.
And get this, he forces Miles to fight Spider-Man.
What? He's making them fight each other.
It's like he's taken all that chaos and danger
Yeah.
and focused it into this one twisted confrontation.
That's just cruel.
It is.
Why would he do that? I mean, what does he get out of making Miles fight Spider-Man?
Well, Kraven's got this really warped philosophy
Oh, I bet he does.
about strength.
Okay.
He thinks true strength can only be forged through adversity.
So it's not enough to just hunt his prey.
Right.
He has to break them.
He wants to push them to their absolute limit.
Wow.
And he thinks that by doing this,
Nah.
he's revealing their true nature.
So it's not just about physical strength then.
Yeah.
It's psychological.
It's about control.
Manipulation.
Exactly. He's forcing Spider-Man to make an impossible choice
Fight Miles.
and betray everything he stands for
Or refuse to fight.
and risk Miles's life.
It's a no-win situation.
It's a true test of his moral compass.
Yeah, his whole identity as a hero.
Right?
And what about Miles?
He's just a kid.
I mean, he's caught in the middle of this whole power struggle.
It's really hard to watch.
How does he react to having to fight Spider-Man?
Well, it's actually quite powerful to see how Miles handles this whole situation.
Oh, really?
He's terrified, obviously,
I would be too.
and he's totally outmatched.
Yeah.
But he doesn't give up.
Wow.
He shows a remarkable amount of resilience.
Even against Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's pretty inspiring.
You know, it makes you think about why Kraven chose this specific group of villains for his hunt.
Uh-huh.
Maybe he saw something in Miles.
Even back then.
Yeah, some potential
We can explode.
to really test Spider-Man.
It's definitely possible.
Kraven is always thinking a few steps ahead.
He's a master strategist.
A master manipulator.
He knows how to prey on people's weaknesses.
Their fears.
Exactly.
And just when this whole Spider-Man versus Miles thing is about to explode,
right at the climax.
Harry Osborn shows up.
Talk about bad timing.
Remember all that talk about Harry becoming a hero or a villain?
Things get really complicated really fast.
I bet.
At first, it seems like Harry's there to help.
Okay.
He tries to reason with Kraven,
And stop the fight.
but Kraven is completely fixated on his game.
Yeah, he's not going to listen to reason.
He doesn't even see the damage he's causing.
So what does Harry do?
He takes matters into his own hands.
He's not going to just stand there and watch.
And remember those new powers he got?
From Dr. Connors.
Yeah, he doesn't hold back.
So he goes after Kraven.
It's a pretty shocking turn of events.
Wow.
I mean, the whole situation, the emotional weight of everything
Right.
combined with that serum,
It pushes Harry over the edge.
he just lashes out.
At Kraven,
You can see the fear in Peter's eyes.
he realizes how powerful Harry's become.
Yeah, it's a pretty tense moment.
So now we've got Spider-Man trying to protect Miles.
Right?
Miles is just trying to survive.
Uh-huh.
Kraven's loving every minute of this.
Enjoying the chaos.
And Harry's going all out against Kraven.
It's a mess.
What happens? Does the whole city explode?
Well, it all turns into this huge, chaotic three-way battle.
Oh, wow.
Alliances are shifting.
Friend or foe?
It's really hard to tell who's on what side.
It sounds brutal. You said you weren't even sure who to root for.
It's hard to pick a side.
Yeah.
These are all young men
Yeah.
caught in the middle of Kraven's twisted game.
Like they're pawns.
In his sick play.
So what about that final confrontation?
Well, it was intense.
I bet.
The fight choreography is incredible.
Oh, yeah.
You can feel the power behind every blow.
But it's more than just the physical fight.
It's the emotional stake.
It's like everything's coming to a head.
These characters are pushed to their breaking point.
Physically and emotionally.
Exactly.
So how does it end? Does Spider-Man save the day?
Well, he eventually defeats Kraven,
Okay.
but it's not a clean victory.
It's hard won.
There's this feeling of relief,
Yeah.
but also this sadness.
That's sadness.
This whole ordeal has taken a toll on everyone.
It sounds like it.
There are scars
Physical and emotional.
that might never heal. We're back for the final part of our deep dive, and wow, it's been a wild ride.
It has. Even though Spider-Man wins the fight, there's still this, sadness.
Oh, definitely a melancholy vibe.
Like a reminder that even when you win,
Yeah,
there are still consequences.
there's always a cost.
It's not just about beating the bad guy.
No,
It's about what comes after.
dealing with the fallout.
All the emotional and psychological
It's
stuff.
scars that don't always show.
Exactly. And this film, it leaves us with so many questions.
It does.
Like, what happened to all those other villains?
Right. Scorpion, Black Cat, Tombstone.
They just disappear.
Vanish after Kraven's defeat.
Like they were just pawns in his game.
Yeah, and once he's out of the picture,
They don't matter anymore.
makes you wonder if that was intentional.
What do you mean?
Like a commentary on power dynamics.
Oh.
How easily people can be manipulated.
So maybe they got caught off screen.
Maybe
Or they just slipped away.
in the chaos,
Or maybe Kraven had some plan for them.
a backup plan in case he lost.
But they're not really known for their loyalty.
Not exactly a tight-knit crew.
They're all looking out for themselves.
Yeah. So maybe they just saw the writing on the wall,
And bailed.
went their separate ways.
Makes sense, I guess. But it would have been nice to see what happened to them.